everybody, welcome back. My name is Rebecca. I am the Bexa boss lady, and today I wanted to talk to you about some careless and costly mistakes I've been making recently that have been contributing to my bottom line of my business. It's something that I'm not normally one to do, but because I've been focused on my health, some of these things have taken a back seat, causing me to be a little bit more careless than I normally am with my business. And if you remember some of my beginning videos, I was so detail oriented and very crazy with my data and my numbers and all of that kind of stuff. And all of that has taken a little bit of a back seat. So as you know, if you watch my videos, I take little notes before. So if you notice me looking at something, that's what it is. It helps me remember what I'm going to talk about, since these medicines kind of make my brain cuckoo. So don't mind me if I'm looking down at my notes during this video. So these are kind of 5 mistakes that I've been making in the last few months that I'm hoping in the future to curb and start really focusing on for the rest of the year, so that my sales, as they grow, which they have been, my profits can grow with them and I'm not making as many errors in my business. So one of the first things is I've been really careless about checking my merchandise for mistakes. And this really came to the forefront when I was listing this Banana Republic shirt that I got in Ohio. It was really cute. I think I paid $2 for it. And I went to take pictures of the armpits or the arms or something, and I somehow missed these gigantic holes. They're like burn marks. I don't know if you can see these holes, but they're pretty big. I mean, they're not just like little little pinholes. They're giant holes in the armpits of the shirt. Like this person had superhuman BO, or their armpit caught on fire and they burned these giant holes in their shirt. So it's things like this that I am finding I am not catching as much as I used to, and I'm not catching them until I'm getting these things home and getting them up on the wall with the lights. So what I need to start doing to remedy that is slow down in the thrift stores, slow down wherever I am, and go through my cart in the store. We all know that the lighting is not usually the greatest in the Goodwill or the thrift stores, but by slowing down and taking a look at everything in the store, I usually narrow down about 30% of the items out of my cart that I would normally not purchase. So I've noticed myself making that mistake with some shoes, buying sizes that are different, but they're the same shoes, and making mistakes like this. The other thing is not catching items missing sizes. And if you've ever tried to sell an item that doesn't have a size, it's extremely difficult. You know, you can put measurements in there all day long. You can guesstimate what the size is based on what other things are. It's just very hard to sell items that don't have sizes. So these Theory dress pants are actually in excellent condition. They're beautiful. Their hems are extremely well done. The fabric, there's no holes. I thought I looked everything through on these. Again, I bought them in Ohio. I only paid a couple dollars. And then I get them back and I realize that there is no size tag on them. There is a tag in there, but it's just the material tag and the fabric. It's not the size tag. So these Theory pants, I have other Theory pants I might compare to and see if I can list them. But checking for sizes is something that recently I've noticed I have not been very diligent about. And I have a few things up in a bin up there that also do not have sizes on them, and they have not been listed yet. So checking sizes, checking the merchandise over for any flaws in the store before I pay for it and leave are some things that I'm gonna start focusing on more as I'm checking out of the stores. All right, number 2 is simply because I've been lazy and my medicine has kind of been messing with me a little bit, but I haven't been wanting to drive very far to go sourcing. In Washington, D.C., in the Northern Virginia area, our thrift stores are very expensive. I have found some, and I'm not revealing where, but I have found some that are about an hour away that I've got decent stuff for, but it's an hour drive there and back, and it's almost a whole day excursion, and I'm just lazy. But the reality is I pay such a lower cost per item on those items than I do when I go around here that it really contributes to my profit per item, my cost of goods. So I'm gonna have to dedicate a day or two each month to go out to my other sources and get some items at that lower cost so I can bring my profit per item and my general profits up each month. Number 3, this is a confession, I have not been keeping up with my data. It's just something that I let fall through the cracks this year, and I need to go back and do it. I have January done. I need to go back and finish February and do March. So that's my goal for the end of this month, is to get caught up on that. Once I do, I think if I start doing my income reports again, that will help me stay on top of it, knowing that you guys are holding me accountable to share what I've done for the month, and you know, what you can expect from being a part-time reseller as you grow your business. Then it will help me stay more motivated to get it done. But I really haven't been doing a lot of sourcing. I haven't been doing a lot of stuff this past couple months. So really it's just a ebb and flow of what I'm buying and what's going out. So GoDaddy Bookkeeping has been keeping a pretty good track of what I've been doing, just not individually like I'm normally tracking with what I'm buying, the brands, the styles, what I'm paying, and all of the stuff that I used to be really super detailed about in the past. Number 4, death piles. I am not used to having death piles. And part of this is that whenever I go through a period where I'm having medicine changes, or I'm having problems with my health, or I've been having several migraines, things in our house just go by the wayside. So, you know, the laundry piles up. Thankfully, my husband does dishes. You know, that kind of stuff, like organizing, you know, cleaning, all of those kind of things go by the wayside. Unfortunately for me, that means that listing and getting organized and keeping this room organized also goes by the wayside. So things accumulate and pile up, and it's typically things that need steamed or washed, or, you know, they need a button, something that needs, they're items that need my attention, and then they just accrue and pile up. So my goal is to stop having those, and right now I'm in a really good spot. I have almost everything in this room listed. I have one small bin up there from before I went to Ohio last week to list, and I have a few things that I have to, blazers that need steamed and measured, and then they will be ready to go as well. So I'm on a good path to get caught up there. As far as, you know, the end of March, I should be all caught up. I also haven't sourced hardly at all this month, except a little bit in Ohio and a little bit when Eleni was here this past week visiting with her first time to the thrift store. So that was a lot of fun. But so just trying to get caught up. To me, death piles are money piles. They're just, it's stuff sitting around here that you never know who might want to buy it. And for me, I am trying to grow my business, and having items sitting around my house are, you know, just, I see it as money. So if you can imagine the items in your house as money, I see so many people on social media, they're like, oh my gosh, look what I found in my death pile. And they're like, Tory Burch shoes and, you know, really expensive jeans, and these great things that would sell for a really high dollar amount are just sitting in buckets and piles in their rooms. And that's just money. It's money you have coming in to spend on your business. It's money you have coming in to pay your bills. Whatever it is, it's just money sitting there. And so to me, that's the determinant of if you're doing this as a hobby or a business. Are you actually getting all this inventory in and listing it and making money from it, or are you just shopping and bringing it in your house and getting the thrill out of it, and then it's just hanging out and you're not spending the time you need to follow through with the business aspect, which is listing, taking pictures, getting it posted, doing the bookkeeping and all of that kind of stuff. So I just need to remember when I bring it in, I'm not buying anything new until that stuff gets listed. And I know I've said that before, but it's a bad habit that a lot of us have as resellers, because the thrill of finding new things is so fun, and it's way more exciting to go shopping and be at the thrift store than it is to be alone in your house taking pictures of things. But that's the part of the business that is going to make us money. So take a pledge with me right now to yourself in your mind, or to whoever's sitting next to you, that you and I, the boss lady, Bexa boss lady, and you and your business are going to take a pledge that, let's just say for the month of April. So just get everything done in March, and then in the month of April, we are going to take a pledge that anything we bring in, we are going to list before we bring anything else into our house. So I take that pledge with you to do that, and then we will follow along with that journey of mine and see how well that goes through the month of April. But join me. I really think you'll feel better. You won't have as much clutter. Your stuff will be organized in bins, and you will be making way more money. All right, number 5 goes along with number 4, but it's not listing consistently. So I'll go through spurts where I list a lot, and then I don't list at all. What I honestly have found is listing small amount of things consistently every single day, especially on eBay, is definitely the way that I have found to increase my sales consistently, at least on eBay. So I know that if I keep my store active with new listings on eBay, I will have new sales on eBay, and it has never failed me. I've played around with different methods. I've played around with, relisting and selling similar and doing all of these other things, but it never fails me that consistently listing new items on eBay is what has helped my eBay sales grow over the last 90 days. And even in the past, looking back at my sales. Poshmark is the same way, just Poshmark demands more of your time with sharing, keeping your stuff relevant, participating in parties, talking to people and all of that kind of stuff. But being consistent and listing a few things every day is so much better than trying to get it all done at once. So that pledge for April will be the pledge of no death piles and the pledge to list a few things every day. So by doing all 5 of these things, reducing the amount of injured items, but by reducing the amount of damaged items I'm purchasing and, redonating, by getting this stuff listed as soon as I'm bringing it in the house, by tracking it on my data spreadsheet, so I'm remembering what I should be buying, what I shouldn't be buying, going to the places where I get lower cost inventory as opposed to where is closer to my home, listing consistently, no more death piles. By doing all of these things, I will be able to increase my profits and grow my business throughout at least the next quarter. And then once I get the hang of that, you can grow and scale your business in different ways. But if you've ever watched Marcus Lemonis on The Profit, which I highly encourage you to watch any of those episodes that he has, they're on Hulu or on CNBC, but he always talks about people, process, profit. So if you don't have a process set up for your business and you don't have a process set up for these things, it's going to be very difficult for you to scale your business over the long haul. So, make sure that you are getting a system in place, you're getting your items, you're bringing them in, you're taking the pictures, you're storing them, you're getting them listed, you're getting them out, you're shipping them on time, and you have this kind of in and out system where it just becomes a natural flow for you. It's so much easier that way than to constantly trying to finagle, figure stuff out, changing your pictures every other day. How am I going to store this today? Changing the way you store things 1,000 times because you've seen 10 different resellers on Instagram, people using bins, people using hangers, people using this. You got to find a system for you. And once you find that system for you, I promise you that things get much easier, and this business is much easier to scale and find new items and have new opportunities of growth and profit. So if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this. You know, if you have a bad habit that you want to break, comment and take a pledge in the comments below. Tell me what you pledged to do in April, and let's take this pledge together. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.